Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this part of a logo, I guess. It's too fuzzy to trace. It's really bad. But when I look at this, I see two squares, one with chamfered corners, one with rounded corners. I can't really tell if these corners are rounded, but we did it, and I didn't do it very much on rounding. But there you go. We have a pretty good copy of it. Might not be a little bit the same, but it's good enough. So to make that, and maybe even to make it to scale, you could bring this in and draw a square holding down the control button and kind of maybe put this piece. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take this image with it selected and go to the crop tool and let's crop out one side. That'll just give us kind of one-sided, and then we could maybe put it in our drawing, and that's pretty close right there. Then let's take these corners of our rectangle and go to chamfer, and I'm going to just guess and put 2 inches, and that pretty close. Don't worry about the other parts. Then take another rectangle, smaller, and it'd be a lot easier if I was working. You know what? Let's do that. We can group this together, Control G, and then hit P, put it in this. Well, I didn't get that part. Let's group it all. Well, it's not going to center because that part's sticking out. Well, maybe it will. Control G and then hit P, and then hit P on this. So it does not center because this graphic is sticking over that. But we know, let's ungroup it. We know we can center inside that other square. So let's just go and have it snap to that edge. Now we're not quite big enough, so I'm going to hold down. Well, that's not centered. There we go. Hold down the shift key and make it grow from the outside, about like right in there. And then we're going to use rounded corners. And I'm going to just say maybe 0.5, maybe a little bit more, maybe 1. That's pretty close. Because we're just making one item and not the whole box, I don't see why you could not just bring this up, right in about there. So my corner is not exactly the same. Let's go 0.8. Yeah, there we go. Now, take a 2-point line and hit P, and it's not going to be exactly, but we can move it over. And then Control D and make a duplicate and rotate it 90 degrees. And that one's even, I didn't make a duplicate. Control D and run this one back to 0. So we're a little bit off, and who says that this thing was symmetrical at the start? So what we can do is take this line. I made a goof up right there. Let's just back up, get rid of that little line I cut, and let's take this line and grab that line and just move it over. Now we can move our graphic out of the way, and we can fill this in with a Smart Fill tool. I'm going to go ahead and use black, and pretty much there you have it. Now, I said at the first, I don't know if it's has rounded corners on the other edges, but what we can do now is go left click, right click, and get the shape tool and select that node. And I don't know if these other ones are selected or rounded or not. I'm not going to, but you could do it. Hold down the shift and select that. Go up to Windows, Dockers, and Corners. And we're going to just do it like a 1/4 of an inch little rounded corner, and then hit black, fill it in with black. Whoop. See how that bitmap is affecting. There's the video I did yesterday. Let's get this thing out of the way and just delete that Smart Fill and fill it in, and then move it over. And then this is the right side, so we need another left side. I shouldn't have clipped it off because that way you can't see how far apart they are. But Control D and make a duplicate while holding down the control button and just do that. Then I would get my nudge tool set on like 0.1 or 0.01 and just nudge the arrow key till you get it about right. And I think we're pretty close. I'm probably closer than I was on my test one I did. Anyway, pretty simple. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.